Hi guys, I hope you're having a really good third anniversary of the initial release of Justice League. And then last year, of course, being a huge event for us where we trended worldwide, made some big noise. Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Zack Snyder, everybody pitched in, and we really gained a lot of attraction and a lot of eyes towards the Snyder Cut, and it's definitely coming in 2021. Unbelievable. But I want to talk about Jared Leto's Joker. Now Zack Snyder was on the Grace Randolph YouTube channel. He was on Dave the Film Junkie as well, and he talked a lot about Jared Leto's Joker. He talked about making that phone call, bringing Jared back, Jared being open to the idea of the bigger picture or the big nods that this kind of interaction, this scene had towards the overall story. But it looks like the Joker was always part of Zack Snyder's plan. Now, back in 2016, he didn't shoot any scenes with Jared Leto, but they did meet in London. There's pictures going around, if you remember, the two of them meeting up. But Zack, for a while, has always had an idea of what to do with Jared Leto's Joker in the Snyderverse, in the Justice League world, in the Batman v Superman world. Because there's huge hints and nods towards him in Batman vs Superman got to do with Robin's costume, then used by David Ayer. So Zack was always going to use Jared Leto as his Joker. That was never going to be a recast or anything like this, because this was in his world. It was never going to be recast. It was never going to be Joaquin Phoenix. It was never going to be anything like that, even with all the negative backlash towards Jared Leto's Joker, towards the Suicide Squad, and also towards Batman v Superman. But the way I look at this is not only the redemption for Zack Snyder in the Snyder Cut, this is also a bit of redemption for Jared Leto's Joker, an Oscar winner who gets a lot of shit for being the worst Joker of all time, when all we've seen is 10 minutes of an extended cameo in a butchered film back in 2016, much like Justice League in 2017. Now, he talked that we're going to see a road-weary Joker. The Joker will be very different in look to what we got in 2016 in Suicide Squad. Now, I'm interested to see how he does look. Grace Randolph said that she got to see the image, the stills, the black and white stills of how Jared Leto's Joker is going to look like in the Snyderverse, in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, many rumors going around, theories that this scene will be the nightmare sequence, because Mera is coming back, Deathstroke is coming back, Ben Affleck's Batman is coming back, Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, they all did additional photography for the movie, and we know the people who are alive in the Nightmare timeline is those people, because Wonder Woman is killed, Aquaman is killed, Superman is under the leadership of the dictatorship of Darkseid, of course, with Lois dying. So that looks like that's what the last Defenders of Earth look like. I like Jared Leto's Joker, I really do, and I wanted to see more of him, but hearing Zack talk about him, he must have had a really interesting idea for him to bring back a character that is kind of widely hated in some degree. Now, if it is the nightmare sequence, I'm interested to see how that plays out. What kind of look will the Joker have? Grace said it was kind of like a video game look, but she later clarified that she didn't mean an actual video game. She meant like if a video game takes a character, they always do something unique and different with it, like Harley Quinn or something like that. So, going by games that we've got in the past, like Injustice or Mortal Kombat or the Arkham games, the Joker's always had a unique look to him in them kind of games, and even in comic books, the Joker's never really always looking the same. There's always something different, and that's why I don't think Jared Leto's Joker is bad. I just think he's a different incarnation of the character, much like Heath Ledger was, Joaquin Phoenix. They all have different looks, personalities. They all have different things that make them the Joker, and Jared's portrayal of it definitely wasn't the worst, and it was definitely a role that had more to do in this world, and finally it will happen, and I'm glad it is happening, because it is a redemption for a lot of these people. Ben Affleck's last outing as Bruce Wayne, as Batman, was in the 2017 Justice League. Like, that's terrible. Well, finally his last outing, hopefully it's not, will be in the Snyder Cut. A road-weary Joker. My guess is this Joker will have long hair. A long-haired Joker. Now, I know we've seen that with Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, but I'm talking about real long hair. Long hair like Jared Leto is sporting right now. Now, of course, he could wear a wig and have different looks and setups and things like that, but I think that's the look he's going to go. He'll have a little bit of stubble, and maybe, I don't know how much makeup is going to be in the future, things like that. What would we see? Would the Joker have lipstick? Would he have what? I think his skin color is just kind of that color anyway, but what is the possibility of Jared Leto's Joker being a Joker with more or less long hair. So I find that fascinating. Now, we talked in the Day of the Film Junkie show about Colin Jared and Jared being open to the idea, and he shows a lot of respect to Jared because he sees Zack Snyder's vision and he wants to implement that into live action, into the world, into the movie. So it must be a pretty good scene if Jared Leto is coming back for something that could be a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, because that's all we're getting in the additional photography added to the movie is 4 to 5 minutes. That's what Zack Snyder said on Grace Randolph's YouTube channel. So that means that this scene could be 30 seconds, could be a minute, but I hope it's a good chunk of a scene. It'd be cool if it was 2 to 3 minutes. The nightmare sequence in Batman v Superman is around 5 minutes. So if we got something like that again, that's epic, that's cool. And Jared Leto's Joker being a big part of that, I would absolutely be in love. I can't wait to see him come back. So 4 to 5 minutes of additional photography is confirmed. Jared Leto is confirmed. The Nightmare timeline isn't confirmed yet. The other possibility is him killing the Robin. We could get both. We could get a flashback to him killing Robin. We could also get a flash forward in the Nightmare sequence. What do I think will happen? I think it will be the Nightmare sequence. I don't think it's going to focus too much on the Robin death. Zack Snyder did say there would be a hint of the Robin death in Justice League. So that for me is only an Easter egg, maybe something like the costume, a reference, a piece of speech. But I don't think we'll actually get to see Jared Leto's Joker kill Robin. I think that could be left for the air cut if that's announced and if they get to do additional photography of that. Or maybe they shot it for Suicide Squad, who knows, but I think that's where that scene could end up being, or in Justice League 2 or 3, or even in the Batflick series. But I don't think we're going to get it in Zack Snyder's Justice League in 2021. So for me, a long hair, road weary Joker with guns, you know, there's a reference in the opening to Zack Snyder's Justice League. You get to see the Joker card flying by. Zack Snyder said today that Joker card is the very same Joker card that we see in the Batman v Superman nightmare sequence where Batman is holding the gun with the Joker card attached to it. That makes me think that Joker is the one providing Batman and his army the guns and firepower that they need to fight Darkseid and fight Darkseid's army. So for me, I can't wait to see the interaction between Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker. It's the missed opportunity if they don't. They had Ben Affleck on set, they had Jared Leto on set for additional photography, so why not have the two of them interact, even in a small sequence? That's what I really wanted to see ever since 2016. I'm interested to see what the relationship will be like between the two of them, especially with Robin being killed by the Joker in probably a very brutal way. How does Ben Affleck's Batman put that behind him? How does he work with a man who killed his son? How does that play out? How did it put the differences aside? So much tension, and I can't wait to see actually how this plays out. For me, it's very, very fascinating. Even if it was 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever it's going to be, it's fascinating to see how this is going to play out. But Jared Leto's Joker, for me, will finally get some sort of redemption, and I'm glad for him in that extent. But as always, guys, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. What do you think of Jared Leto's Joker in general? Are you looking forward to seeing him come back to the DCU in the Snyderverse on HBO Max? Or do you think he should be left behind and forgotten about? I'm interested to see how he's going to look, how he interacts with the Justice League, how he interacts with Batman, how Jared Leto plays the character after 4 years of being away from the character, and listen to the criticism and negative takes on his character, and especially with Joaquin Phoenix winning a Joker for the role. How does this make Jared Leto react? He's a great actor, he really is, and I'm sure he's eager to get back in the role and do something with it. Hopefully it leads to more for him in the future, but for now we get to see him in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think in the Nightmare sequence, which is going to be fascinating. But guys, get into the comments, let me know what you have to think about all that stuff. Give a like as well, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, on Vero, on Facebook, and on Twitter, it's all in the description. Guys, have a good day, enjoy, keep tweeting, and keep enjoying this great moment that we were in.